there. But he's after hearing his story and how he got started and why he makes his ribbon so, firm and sturdy. He said this lady got him started. Her daughter was getting married and they had like a Christmas theme, and it was the weekend after New Year's, and they had like a ice Christmas theme, and that was his first wedding. And it's nothing but word of mouth, and he did craft shows. He said his first craft show he sold out, and he's just been doing that, doing so much since. So very nice guy. I actually liked hearing his backstory. I actually like hearing people's backstory, because you see sometimes, like, you see him and he's always on there smiling and putting all of his big ribbons on display, or he's showing off something in the shop, but you don't know where he started. And today I got to hear it, and it's like, yeah, I like this young man. And when he said his first shop, because he got a shop after getting doing shows, his first brick and mortar shop was not in a very good neighborhood, but he knew where he wanted to go. He has a degree in business management, so he knows the hard side. He said, but let me tell you, I can't do it all by myself. He said, I depend so much on the people that is in my office and that I trust. He said, because you can't do business and expect to grow without people you trust. And that's the hard part. And guys, I'm not lying to you. That is such a hard part. I live here, and it's like every day there is somebody doing something. This lady down the street at the church, she embezzled like, what was that? For 7 years, she embezzles over $600,000. Exactly. It's so hard to trust people. He said he's so grateful that he met trustworthy people. This lady was at a church. She embezzled. Yeah. This other lady, she was a bookkeeper, and she put her husband as an employee even though he never worked there. And they took $1.4 million. That was a couple months ago. And then today, on the news, there was a lady, they literally went and got her $7 million she embezzled from the company. So it's like, ooh, how do you get people to trust? So he was talking about that you can't grow without people. And he's fortunate that he found people that he trusts. His mom and his dad, actually, he said he couldn't even drive to his first craft show. His mom and his dad actually drove him and picked him up. And I was like, he had the support. Let me tell you, when I started doing crafts, my family was like, what are you doing? And why are you wasting time on this? But my grandmother, who's the one got me into really crafting, she knew why I was doing it. Just to distract you from what's going on. You feel so proud. Like, I used to make the little doilies for your right there on your centerpieces, right? It was doilies I would make. And she showed me, just so many years after she passed, her doilies were still on display in the house. So I was like, you know what? This crafting thing ain't too bad. So we're on the last two. I'm going to, I still have a ring in the middle. So for that one there, because I'm going to close it in, I'm going to smush it like this. Afterwards, I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit of mesh there. Not much, just some poofs, and keep it moving. All right, we're doing this last row, and then we're going to go out and start the centerpiece. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, like, the $1.1 million lady, she was like, will you put it back? Put back? How do you put back? And it was really stupid how she got caught. So I push it in just to give it some fluff, some body, so I don't have to be messing with it much after I'm finished putting this mesh in. And then when I put the flowers in between it, you can still see, because I really do want, in this case, I do want the mesh to still show, because guess what? It's pretty. I had someone on here earlier that's called him, it's not on here, yeah, it's called Miss Pretty. It was Miss Pretty Lady. I was like, that's a really name. Really good name. That was her handle. All right, so we've got, hold up, my music stopped. We've got 3 on 3 on each side. I've got this here, like, I can cut it, because really and truly, what's the purpose, right? But I can put some, I got room right here, I can put some more mesh. But this has no purpose, right? Or I could literally, well, let's try it. So I like experimenting. If you've been with me for a while, I like to experiment. Let's see what this will do. If you don't like it, you can take it out, right? It's very easy to come out. I have literally 2 tips here. I can put this one here and tie this off. And what it'll do, the mesh is now the beginning of my centerpiece, right? I'm gonna put flowers, but I don't know if I'll end up with flowers all the way at the end there. Let me push this in. Thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate it. All right, we got one more. Let's see if this will work. Thank you, Miss Granny. I appreciate you. The hearts and the heart me's bring more people and more people to view. Guys, this month will only be, I went live for the first time on May 19th. I was scared. I was so scared. No, didn't say, I didn't have nobody in my room for a long time. Even probably my 2nd and 3rd day. Because I was still, when I first started doing TikTok lives, guys, I only had 200 and something followers. And they were DTF followers. I had some wreath makers, but I only had 200 and something. I didn't have that many followers. That doesn't look too bad. I might do the same thing over here. Yeah, I only had, looks like I need one more. I only had 200 and something followers when I started going live for the first time. And even though there was no one here, I went into other rooms before, way before. I was watching others for a while, seeing what they were doing and the different things I needed to press, and just to get myself acclimated before I started. Did the research, woke up early, woke up late to see what other tidbits I can get. But it's not easy going live. You got to prep before. Like, I come in, I got to turn on all these lights because it's dark. It's supposed to rain, so it's dark outside. You got to come in and do all of this. Make sure all of your items are together. And don't pull out like the wrong thing like I did just now. But it wasn't my fault. It looked alike. But, you know, there's a lot of prep work. And when I first started, I didn't... The people that I was watching wasn't wreath makers. So, and the ones that I did get for wreath makers, they weren't talking about what goes on behind the scenes before we even start, right? There's a whole bunch going on behind the scene before we even start. So I'm grateful for the people who have stuck around, come back day to day, send the heart me's, give me the likes. I'm so grateful for you guys every day. Because I'm telling you, some days is like, woo, how did I do that? But I made it. That's all I gotta say. I made it. Another thing I learned before I started going live, like TikTok.